How's it going, everyone? Austin Honecker here. I just want to come on here for a while and give him a review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite special event, Fight for the Fallen, from last night, which was July 27th, 2022. I gotta say, it was awesome from start to finish. For the matches, match 1, it was Jon Moxley versus Roosh for the interim AEW title. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Jon Moxley went over and retained the interim AEW title with the Bulldog choke. Now, after the match, as Jon Moxley was celebrating his victory, the Jericho Appreciation Society, which are Chris Jericho, Angelo Parker, and the Jericho Appreciation Society, which are Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Angelo Parker, Anna Jay, and Ty Conti came out, and Anna Jay was on the microphone. Well, Chris Jericho had a microphone. Well, Angelo Parker had a microphone and told the crowd to be quiet because they didn't deserve to hear Judas and everything. And then Chris Jericho was talking about how Anna Jay called him last week for an opportunity, and he gave her an opportunity and everything. Chris Jericho said about Anna Jay. Well, Anna Jay was saying, "That's right. Chris Jericho did give me an opportunity to join the Jericho Appreciation Society because I am Anna Jas. And I am the sexiest woman alive, and I'll choke every single one of you out." And everything. And then Chris Jericho was talking shit, talking about wanting a rematch against Jon Moxley for the interim AEW title and everything. And then Jon Moxley was saying, "God, I hate you, Chris Jericho. Now, take that interim bullshit and shove it up your ass, because I am not a sports entertainer. I'm a professional wrestler. You want your rematch? Well, you got it. Because I don't want the Wizard, Chris Jericho. I don't want the Jericho Appreciation Society, Chris Jericho. I don't want any version of Chris Jericho that's lame bullshit. That comes up with all these bullshit nicknames. I want the Lionheart Chris Jericho. I want the Chris Jericho that was the last survivor of the Hart family dungeon and everything." That was cool. That was after the match, by the way. Match 2, it was Ricky Starks versus Danhausen for the FTW title. That was a squash match, but the ending to it, Ricky Starks went over and retained the FTW title with the spear. Now, after the match, Ricky Starks got on the microphone and issued an open challenge for another opponent to face him for the FTW title, so Hook came out and accepted the open challenge and everything. That was cool. Match 3, it was Hook versus Ricky Starks for the FTW title. That was a squash match, but the ending to it, Hook went over and won the FTW title with the Red Rum. Now, after the match, Hook and Ricky Starks gave each other a fist bump and showed respect to each other, and Hook left the ring, and so after all that, Tony Schiavone interviewed Team Taz, which are Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs, and Tony Schiavone brought up that Ricky Starks lost the FTW title and everything, and then Ricky Starks was saying, yeah, Tony, I lost, and I'm okay with that. And as I've said, I have a lot left in the tank. Now, I want to have a chance to talk for more than 40 seconds. Now, you people say that I need to be patient. Well, I've been patient long enough, because now is my goddamn time. And me and Hobbs, well, before Ricky Starks could talk about Powerhouse Hobbs, Powerhouse Hobbs attacked Ricky Starks. Powerhouse Hobbs attacked Ricky Starks from behind with a clothesline, and then Powerhouse Hobbs executed the spine buster to Ricky Starks and laid him out. And Powerhouse Hobbs stood over Ricky Starks and everything. That was cool. That was after the match, by the way. And that was match 3, by the way. Match 4, it was Sammy Guevara versus Dante Martin. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Sammy Guevara went over with the GTH. Now after the match, Ty Conti came into the ring, and Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti were celebrating Sammy Guevara's victory. Well, Sammy Guevara attacked Dante Martin, stomping on him, and then Sammy Guevara went for a shooting star press or whatever. Yeah. Sammy Guevara went on the top rope to execute a move off the top rope. Well, Sky Blue came into the ring and got in between Sammy Guevara and Dante Martin, and as that was going on, Ty Conti grabbed Sky Blue and turned her around, and a stare down between Ty Conti and Sky Blue occurred, and as that was going on, Anna Jay came out and attacked Sky Blue from behind and was beating the shit out of her, and as that was going on, Eddie Kingston, Ortiz, and Ruby Soho came out to even the odds, but Sammy Guevara, Anna Jay, and Ty Conti retreated, while Dante Martin and Sky Blue were laid out, and Eddie Kingston, Ortiz, and Ruby Soho stood tall in the ring and everything. That was cool. That was after the match, by the way. Match 5, it was Swerve Strickland versus Tony Nese and Mark Sterling in a 2-on-1 handicap match. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Swerve Strickland went over cause Swerve Strickland pinned Mark Sterling with a drop kick to the side of the head. Now after the match, the cameras rolled to backstage, and the cameras were shown to backstage, and what was being shown backstage, well, was Josh Woods standing over Keith Lee. And Josh Woods was holding the one half of the AEW tag team titles up in the air as Keith Lee was laid out and Josh Woods was standing over him. And Swerve Strickland got distracted by that, and Tony Nese attacked Swerve Strickland from behind, and then Tony Nese held the other half of the AEW tag team titles up in the air. And while all that was going on, Mark Sterling was, and as that was going on, Mark Sterling was laid out and everything. That was cool. And that was after the match, by the way. Match 6, it was Thunder Rosa versus Miyu Yamashita for the AEW Women's title. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Thunder Rosa went over and retained the AEW Women's title with the Fire Thunder Driver. And match 7, which was the main event, it was Daniel Garcia versus Bryan Danielson. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Daniel Garcia went over with the sharpshooter. Now, after the match, Chris Jericho and Jake Hager came into the ring to celebrate with Daniel Garcia and everything, while Bryan Danielson was laid out and everything. That was cool. That was after the match, by the way. Now, besides the matches, Tony Schiavone interviewed Dante Martin. Tony Schiavone brought up that Dante Martin will be going one-on-one against Sammy Guevara and everything. And Sammy Guevara... not Sammy Guevara. Excuse me. Now, besides the matches, Tony Schiavone interviewed Dante Martin. Tony Schiavone brought up that Dante Martin will be going one-on-one against Sammy Guevara and everything. And then Dante Martin was saying, Tony, I am going up against Sammy Guevara tonight. I have one thing to say to Sammy. Sammy, where have you been? Because while you've been gone, going on these vacations and getting foot massages and all that bullshit, I have been here working my ass off. And tonight, since you want to bring your little girlfriend Ty Conti to fight your battles and to make sure you pull one on me, well, I'm not coming alone either, because tonight I'm bringing my girlfriend Sky Blue down to make sure Ty Conti don't get involved in everything. That was cool. The Acclaimed, which are Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, cut a promo, and Max Caster was talking about how him and Anthony Bowens roasted the Gun Club, which are Billy, Colton, and Austin Gunn, on AEW Rampage last week, and talked about how they couldn't handle being roasted and everything, and Anthony Bowens was Anthony Bowens was talking about how Austin Gunn resorted to attacking Max Caster with a trash can and everything, and then Max Caster was saying, so with that being said, Friday night on AEW Rampage Fight for the Fallen, Anthony Bowens and we are going to release a music video, and we're going to roast the Gun Club's asses, and we're going to pick the stipulation for our match and everything. Just cool. Tony Schiavone interviewed Daniel Garcia. Well, Tony Schiavone brought up that Daniel Garcia will be going one-on-one with Bryan Danielson and everything, and then Daniel Garcia was saying, yeah, that's right, Tony. I am going up against Bryan Danielson. But I have one thing to say. Bryan Danielson, where have you been for the past several months? Because I have been here busting my ass week in and week out. And while I've been here busting my ass week in and week out, you've been home working on your little garden with your wife and kids. And tonight after I'm done with you, I will send you back to that garden with your wife and kids. Because I will kick your ass. Because I will kick your ass. And I will make sure you don't ever come back to AEW again. And everything. Just cool. Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh cut a promo. Well, Sanjay Dutt was going off about Jay Lethal losing the match against Samoa Joe and failing to win the Ring of Honor television title. Well, Jay Lethal stopped Sanjay Dutt and said, Sanjay, I don't want to talk about that. Even though I was cheated out of that match, I don't want to talk about it. But what I do want to talk about is our unfinished business with the best friends. And Sanjay Dutt was saying, yeah, good point, Jay, because we do have unfinished business with the best friends. Because we are true best friends. You, me, and Satnam Singh. We're true best friends. They're wannabes. And everything. And then Orange Cassidy and the best friends, which are Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor, came along, and Chuck Taylor was saying, guys. Well, no, wait a minute. Trent Beretta said, guys. You think we couldn't hear you from 6 feet away? Well, we could. And Sanjay? Well, and everything. And then, Trent Beretta said, whoa, guys. You think we didn't hear you from six feet away? Because we did. Chuck Taylor was saying, yeah, because we're here in tie-dye. We're real best friends. And so let's dance. And then Trent Beretta said, what he means by that is wrestle. Now, and then Trent Beretta said, and what he means by that is wrestle. Because Sanjay, you haven't wrestled in years. And Sanjay Dutt got pissed off and issued a challenge to team with Jay Lethal and Satnam Singh against Orange Cassidy and the best friends, which are Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor. Well, Orange Cassidy and the best friends accepted and left and everything, and then Jay Lethal was trying to calm Sanjay Dutt down, and Sanjay Dutt was saying, "Oh shit, what did I do?" And then Sanjay Dutt was yelling at Jay Lethal and Satnam Singh, asking why they didn't stop him and everything. That was cool. Oh yeah. Okay. Tony Schiavone interviewed the Jurassic Express. Tony Schiavone interviewed the Jurassic Express, which are Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, and Tony Schiavone brought up about Jungle Boy returning last week on AEW Dynamite and going after Christian going after Christian Cage and everything. And Tony Schiavone also brought up about Jungle Boy needing time to speak and said Jungle Boy, the floor is yours. And then Jungle Boy was saying, Christian Cage is the biggest pussy in the world. And then Jungle Boy went on to talk shit about Christian Cage and talked about how he ran away last week because he was scared and everything. And then Jungle Boy was talking about how Christian Cage mentioned his deceased father, actor, the late great Luke Perry, and everything. And then talked about how Christian Cage used him for money and everything because Christian Cage's wife divorced him and everything. And then Jungle Boy was talking about, and Jungle Boy was saying, giving the call me signal to Christian Cage's ex-wife and everything. And then Jungle Boy was also talking about how Christian Cage tried to turn his best friend Luchasaurus against him and everything, and how it didn't work and everything. And then Jungle Boy was talking about how the only reason Christian Cage appointed Luchasaurus is to protect him and everything, and because Christian Cage was scared of him and everything. And then the cameras went on backstage, and Christian Cage appeared backstage, and Christian Cage was saying, well, Jungle Boy, isn't it great to see you? Not. And Christian Cage continued on and was saying, Jungle Boy, you think I ran away from you last week because I was scared? No, that's not the case. I ran away because I was scared of what damage I could do to you. Because you think that one concerto was bad? Well, next time I won't let you off so easy, because I will. Because next time I get my hands on you, you will be in a body bag right beside your father. And Luchasaurus, you made a big mistake by siding back in with Jungle Boy. Because week in and week out, you were on a rampage. You were causing destruction. And I was leading you into the right direction. You could have had titles galore. You could have been something. But no. You went back to being Jungle Boy's little lapdog. So, your loss. And then Christian Cage was going on about... And then Christian Cage was going on and talking more shit about Jungle Boy. And Christian Cage was talking about how Jungle Boy told him a lot of his secrets and everything as well. And so Christian Cage was looking on, and then the Jurassic Express, which are Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, were looking on and everything as well. That was cool. The Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, along with Brandon Cutler, cut a promo, and Brandon Cutler was asking the Young Bucks if they have anything to say and everything, and the Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, recommended Brandon Cutler to turn the camera off, but Brandon Cutler revealed to the Young Bucks that he had news to tell them. The Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, asked Brandon Cutler, They said, "What's the news?" Brandon Cutler said, "The news is AEW has now revealed Trios titles. So since you both don't have a partner, maybe I could be a third wheel and be your all's partner." Well, Matt and Nick Jackson, which are the Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, said, "No, Brandon, you don't deserve to be our partner." And then Hangman Page appeared, and the Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, were having a conversation with Hangman Page, and Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, wished Hangman Page a happy birthday, and then Hangman Page wished Nick Jackson a happy birthday, and Matt Jackson was talking about how he needed to talk to Hangman Page about something, and before he got the chance to do so, the Dark Order, which are Evil Uno, John Silver, Alex Reynolds, and Ten, appeared, and Evil Uno was talking about how he had a present, he had something for Hangman Page for his birthday, and so John Silver gave Hangman Page a bowl of broccoli for his birthday, and then the Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, walked off, and so Hangman Page and the Dark Order, which are Evil Uno, John Silver, Alex Reynolds, and Ten, were celebrating Hangman Page's birthday and everything, and then the Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, told Brandon Cutler to shut the camera off. So the Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, left, and Brandon Cutler still had the camera on and everything. That was cool. The House of Black, which are Malachi Black and Brody King, cut a promo. Malachi Black, excuse me. The House of Black, which are Malachi Black and Brody King, cut a promo. Well, Malachi Black was talking about how Miro calls himself God's favorite champion and everything, and talked about how Miro thinks that God is the best thing in the world and that Satan is the evilest thing in the world. And then Malachi Black was saying, Malachi Black was saying, but here's the thing, Miro, you don't realize that God is not great either, because God and Satan both are evil. They're both evil people, evil spirits. But I will say this, Miro, join the House of Black, because I will make sure that you are on your throne and people will kneel to you and everything. And then Brody King was saying, that was Malachi Black that was addressing that to Miro, by the way. And then Brody King was addressing to Darby Allin. Well, Brody King was saying, and Darby Allin, you want to know why I've been attacking you out in public? Because I'm tired of seeing you in this company and everywhere, every day. And I'm not going to give up beating your ass and attacking you out in public every chance I get, until you're buried in a coffin and everything. That was cool. AEW aired highlights of the match between Pac versus LJ Cleary for the AEW All-Atlantic title at Over the Top in Dublin, Ireland. That was cool. And AEW aired highlights of the match between Thunder Rosa versus Miyu Yamashita at Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. That was cool. Now, besides all that, Jim Ross, Taz, and Excalibur done commentary throughout the whole show. They done awesome as usual. Tony Schiavone done commentary along with Jim Ross, Taz, and Excalibur throughout the whole show, all but the matches between Jon Moxley versus Rush for the interim AEW title and Daniel Garcia versus Bryan Danielson. Tony Schiavone done awesome as usual. William Regal done guest commentary along with Jim Ross, Taz, and Excalibur during the match between Jon Moxley versus Rush for the interim AEW title. William Regal done awesome on guest commentary, and Chris Jericho done guest commentary along with Jim Ross, Taz, and Excalibur during the match between Daniel Garcia versus Bryan Danielson. Chris Jericho done awesome on guest commentary. The referees for the event were Rick Knox, Paul Turner, Bryce Remsburg, The referees for the event were Rick Knox, Paul Turner, Bryce Remsburg, Stephon Smith, and Aubrey Edwards. Okay. Paul Turner refereed the match between Jon Moxley versus Rush for the interim AEW title. That was Paul Turner, by the way. Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between Ricky Starks versus Danhausen for the FTW title. Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between Hook versus Ricky Starks for the FTW title. Rick Knox refereed the match between Sammy Guevara versus Dante Martin. Stephon Smith refereed the match between Swerve Strickland versus Tony Nese and Mark Sterling in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Aubrey Edwards refereed the match between Thunder Rosa versus Miyu Yamashita for the AEW Women's title. And Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between Daniel Garcia versus Bryan Danielson. All the referees done awesome as usual. Now, the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite next week that's been announced so far. It's going to be for the matches. It's going to be Matt Hardy versus Christian Cage and Thunderstorm, which are Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm, versus Team DMD, which are Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. Those are the matches that have been announced so far. Now, besides the matches, the Undisputed Elite, which are Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish, will be appearing live. So the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite next week that's been announced so far looks like it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see it, and I'm looking forward to it. And the match card that's been And the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage special event, Fight for the Fallen, tomorrow night. For the match card for it, and the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage Fight for the Fallen tomorrow night, it's going to be Matt Sydal versus Lee Moriarty. Ethan Page versus Leon Ruffin. Jay Lethal. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Excuse me. And the match card for AEW Rampage, and the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage Fight for the Fallen tomorrow night. It's going to be Matt Sydal versus Lee Moriarty, Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh versus Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends, which are Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor, Ethan Page versus Leon Ruffin, and Ruby Soho versus Anna Jay. Those are the matches that have been announced. Those are the matches that have been announced. Now, besides the matches, Claudio Castagnoli will be appearing live. So the match card for So the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage Fight for the Fallen tomorrow night looks like it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see it, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, one thing I did forget to add. AEW made an announcement that they are now bringing in AEW Trios titles. And a tournament will happen, and the finals will take place at All Elite Wrestling's pay-per-view event All Out on September 4th. That was cool. And while that was going on, AEW revealed the AEW Trios titles of what they look like and everything as well. That was cool as well. Now anyway, I just wanted to come on here for a while and give them a review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite special event, Fight for the Fallen, from last night, which was July 27th, 2022. Like I said, it was awesome from start to finish. And with that being said, my name is Austin Honecker, and I will catch your ass down the road. Peace out.